Hi, my name is Adam, and today I'm going to be giving you a quick demo of the Bitbucket Activities package. Once you've installed the package from the Go feed in your Manage Packages settings, you'll see the Bitbucket heading in your activities list and 5 activities to choose from. So I'm going to go through each one of these today to give you an idea of how to use them. The first one we'll be looking at is the Get API scope. And you can see on the right here, it takes account username and app password, and I'm passing those in as variables, and they're coming from my orchestrator. So you can use a get credential activity or something similar. The idea here is that you're getting your app password in a secure string. If you're not sure what an app password is, I've also written some documentation on that, so please check it out, and it explains how to set one up and what it's used for. So once we've authenticated using the scope, we can go ahead and use any of the other activities. I'm going to run through each one by one, so let's get started. Okay, so we've paused on the Get Workspaces activity, and what this does is it doesn't take any input, it'll just get a list of the workspaces in my Bitbucket account. Let's step into that. And you can see it's come back here with a workspace slug list. A slug is similar to a name, there is a slight difference, but I've also included that in the documentation, so please have a look there. It's come back with a list, and in this case I've only got one workspace, Wild Was. Next activity is called Get Repositories. So let's step into that. And you can see in a similar way, it's brought back a list, and this is the repository slug list. So the inputs we've used for Get Repositories is the workspace unique identifier or slug that we got from our Get Workspaces activity, and now we've brought back a list of repositories. The next activity we're going to look at is the Manage Repository activity. This one has 3 actions that you can select from: Read Repository, Create Repository, or Delete Repository. And we're going to go through a few of these today. So the first thing you need to put in is the same workspace slug that we had before, and a repository slug or unique identifier. In this case, I'm using test repo. If we have a look at my Bitbucket account, you'll see test repo is the only repository there at the moment, and I'm going to be deleting that. So let's step into that one, and I'll confirm that by refreshing my Bitbucket account. And you can see I now have no repositories. So what I can do is use that same activity, Manage Repository, and create a new repository called Demo Repo, and we're using the same workspace that we had before. So let's step into that and refresh the account. Great, so you can see it's now created a Demo Repo repository, which will be empty. So let's go ahead and use the final activity, the commit file activity, which will add a new file to our brand new repository. Once again, we're using the same workspace. We're using the repository we've just created, Demo Repo. I'm going to leave the branch name blank in this case, which means it'll commit to the master branch. That'll be the only branch in the repository at the moment because it's a brand new repository. The repository location will be the file path within my repository where I would like to store my file. Note that this also includes the file name, in this case myfile.json. And the file I want to upload was selected using this file picker, similar to other UiPath activities, and I'm just uploading project.json as an example. I'm also including a commit message to say this is my initial commit to my new repository. So let's step into that and see how that works. And refreshing the account once again, we can go into Demo Repo, and you can see it's created a folder. Within that folder, it has myfile.json. So that was that repository location we filled in before. And it has the commit message we're expecting. And you can see there's only one master branch at the moment. That's where this has been committed. So this final step is using the same activity with a slight difference. We're now adding a branch name called develop. Now, as you saw before, this branch name doesn't exist yet. So what this activity will do is it'll actually go and create that branch as part of this activity. And I've changed the location slightly to my other folder, and I've kept the file to upload the same, and I've changed my commit message slightly just so we can see what's going on. So let's step into that. and refresh the account once again. Okay, so if we go back to the parent level, you can see this still has our initial commit and nothing else because we're still on master. However, a develop branch has now been created. It's taken a copy of master with our initial commit and added my other folder and myfile.json with our second commit message. And that's an overview of the Bitbucket custom activity package. I hope it's been useful and helps you streamline your interactions between Bitbucket and UiPath. If you have any feedback, please let me know on the marketplace. Looking forward to hearing your questions, comments, and any improvements you can think of. Thanks. Till next time. Bye.